We're not requiring you to stay in touch with the rhythm. We don't hold it against you if you're rhythmically impaired, but if you can, it's a little more fun. Arms up and down. Nice and tall. Good, you guys. Keep the hips moving. Those of you not turning on your cameras, again, I'm going to invite you to do it. I'm going to spotlight me, so nobody else is going to watch you. Just me. I'm just going to watch you. Keep those hips swinging. Hands to the shoulders. Stretch the tap. Now watch what I'm doing with the feet. I'm tapping my foot. I'm taking the arm up long. I'm resting the hand I'm not using on the shoulder. That just makes it easier to do a nice long stretch on that arm. Nice and tall. 4 more. Good, you guys. All right. Can you just swing? Keep the feet wide. Make the hips go down and up. Watch how I'm doing that. You have to bend the knees a little bit to do that. So we're just lengthening, stretching, warming up, and getting those arms long. Good. 4 more. Good. I'm going to take the arms in different positions. Now I'm going to do 2 arms. And for you guys, it's morning. Not here, it's like afternoon. Bring it out. Down to the step. Gradually warming up the body. If you have a hard time getting the arms, you can always do movements smaller. 4 more. Can you move the hips? Can you take the legs down and up a little bit? All right. Feet wide. Shoulders up and down. Shoulders up and down. Relax the arms. Move the hips. Good. Take it down. Lightly roll the head. Roll the head. Roll the head the other way. All right. Step tap. I'm just doing up arms because I'm just warming up the body. You don't have, if it's easier to do them lower, that's fine. Feet wide. Circle. Circle. If it's hard for you to make a circle, you can actually bend your arm more. Right. Can you also swing your hips? I know that's arms and hips at the same time. Move your butt. Good. Feet a little bit apart. Now watch what I'm going to do. All the way up, all the way down. All the way up, all the way down. Can you take your head down by your knees? Can you arch when you come up? Good. All right. Heel tap. Bounce the hips, arms back and forth. Can you pull the arms behind you? Back and forth. Pull back. Pull back. 10. I'm watching for bouncing hips. Good. Bring it out. Can you take your foot a little bit to the side? Good. All right, step and swing. Now can you take the step a little bigger? Oh, very good. Get those arms up there. Breathe. Good. Up. then you skip it out. Now, if you wanted, you could start taking that up more. Or not. How long can you get those arms? Somebody knows what I mean. Like this. Out. Good. March, or skip, or jog. If you want to jog, you can. If you don't have to. We've always heard jogging is very popular in LA. Up those arms. Good. Good. Feet up and back. Nice, you guys. Lovely. You can add arms or not. 4 more. Try not to do exactly the same arms every time. Do something slightly different. Slightly different. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, you can do opposites. That's fine. Breathe. Good. All right. Swing the arm. Swing it. Take it back. Take it back. Get the arms way up. Take it back. Bend the knees. Try to get your face down by your knees. Can you do that? Can you go down? If you can't, that's okay. Try to shift your butt back though. Try to get your hips sitting. Good. If you can't go upside down, that's fine. Everybody up, march, skip, jog. Swing the arms. Good, you guys. Can you take your feet a little bit apart so you get more movement out of the hip? Good. Okay, this is forward. Can you go both ways? Can you go both ways? Good. Back and forth. Good. Good. This is forward. I want back and forward. Good. All right. Pick it up. Hands on the hip. Hands on the hip. Pick it up. Pretend you're wearing a long skirt and pick it out of your way. Pick your skirt out of your way. Maybe it's a little heavy. Pick it out. Breathe. Bounce your hip while you pick. Good, you guys. All right. Side step. Shoulder roll. Shoulder roll. Can you make your shoulder make a circle? This is a shoulder. Can you make? Yeah. Good. Good. Feet about hip distance. Hands here. Squat. Lift. Squat. Lift. I'm looking right at you. I want you looking right back at me. If you need to go slower, you can go slower. Try to get your butt farther back and maybe behind your knees. Look slower if you need to. Yes, honey, that was good. I saw you doing that. Very good. That's exactly right, Abby. Yep. All right, heel tap, skip. Now you can really swing this out and pick it up or make it smaller. Remember that if you start getting overworked, I want you to modify. Not ask you to pass out. Good. Big stretches on those arms. Breathe. Yes, do different ones. Do different ones. Yes. 4 more. Beautiful. Nice, you guys. Hands to the center of the thigh. Feet wide. Squat and roll the shoulders. Get it low. Quiet. Shush, shush, shush. 4 more. 4. 3. 2. 1, and take it here, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's right. How low can you go? How low can you go? Woo! Send those arms up to the ceiling. Breathe. Keep going. Down and up. 4 more. Heel tap, skip. Give it out. You want? You can jump up. All right, hip. Keep wide. Take it down. Woo! Take it down. Take it up. Solo. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Woo! 1 more. 5 steps. Arms up and down. Dance. Dance. Beautiful, you guys. Let the arms kind of move, even if you can't take them all the way up. A little side to side. Arnold, side to side. 4 more. Good. All right. Keep forward. Arms back and forth if you want. Bounce the hip. Arms forward and back. It doesn't have to be a high kick, or it can. It can be low or high. Woo! Nice step. Can you do a cha-cha? Cha-cha. Good. 5 steps. Move your hips. Breathe. Beautiful. Woo! Move those spines. All right, front and lift. Out. On. Get the hips up. Rise up. All right. Push it out. Push the walls away. Make your space bigger. Push it out. Side step now. Can you move your spine? Good. Move the spine. Can you cha-cha? Very good. Feet up and back. And right. Can you take your foot to the left? All right. Good. Weird way. Swim. Bend your arms when you swim. Okay, give it up. Now, if you're feeling wild and crazy, you can do a jumping jack. Otherwise, dance it out. 4 more. Heel tap. Feet together, knees together. Forward. Forward.
Molly stays at home and does her pretty face, and
Woo!
then she still sings it with the band.
Keep going on your surfboard. While you're dance. Good. Nice. 4 more. Watch me disappear. 2 more. Good. I love the arms. I love the arms. Up. Arms. Crunch and lift. Get those thighs up there. In, out, in, out. Try to bring your foot forward. Forward, yeah. Wow. You don't actually have to kick anybody if you don't want to. If you're getting winded or overworked, just stand. If you're getting winded or overworked, just stand. Good. Arms out. Swing it out. Swing it out. Move the hips. Four more. Yep. All right. Heel tap. Get some water. Get some water. Get your weight. Get your weight. Drink some water. Keep moving. Get some weight. Little bounce. Now these can be heavier if you want. Just simple with a hip bounce and a lot of movement in the back. Nice, guys. Good transition. I saw you drinking your water. I saw you keep moving. That was all good. 8 more. 8. Sometimes I'll do it a little bit out so I get more hip movement here. 4 more. Good. Plie position. Weights here. Plie out, up, lift, down, out, up, lift, down, out, up, lift. Hands on the shoulders with the weights. Plie. Breathe. Abs are tight, chest is open. Pretend you have a glass of water on the top of your head. 4 more. 3 more. Good, you guys. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Waist to the side. Keep that hip bouncing. Up, down. Up, down. Good. Keep going. If any move gets too much for you, all you have to do is put the weights aside, dance around a little bit, get some water, come back to the next one. You don't have to keep going if you're getting tired in a move, but you do have to keep moving. 4 more. 2 more. All right, feet about hip distance. Squat, lift, squat, lift. Eyes up. It's a little fast. You can go slower if you want. 8 more. The butt goes back. Present your butt to the person behind you, even if there's nobody there. But if there is somebody there, definitely present your butt to the person behind you. All right, heel tap. Now, squat, palm forward, up, swing back, up, swing back. Now the swing back is a little bit big. Punch with the tricep. You want to keep lifting the chest. Pretend you have a crown on your head. 8 more. Bounce it out. Good. 4 more. Good. Feet hip distance, weights here. Take it down and up. Keep the chest up and stand it up. The deadlift. You want the chest open. You're letting the weight stretch your back. You may bend your knees if you need it. Abs tight. Look ahead of you, not underneath you. You may bend the knees a little bit. You should be stretching your back. 3 more. Abs are tight. 2 more. 1 more. Super good. Rise up. Nice and tall. Get that height. Weights to the side. Abs are tight. Try to pull your thighs up. Good. All right. The arms are just extra. Then you got somebody balanced on the top of your head. Crunch your tummy. If you need to dance around, just put the weights down and get some water and dance around. Or if the leg is too much for you, just do a heel tap. 4 more. Good. Feet Feet here, waist by the side of the thigh. Can you dance your hips? Abs are tight. And we're going. Knees, roll, down, up. Knees, hips, knees, up. Breathe. Good. Stand up every time. Side of the knees, side of the hips, and up. Abs tight. Good, you guys. Side of the knees, side of the hips, side of the knees, up. And up. 8 more. And up. 7. And up. 6. And up. Try to put that stand up in between. Get tall. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Good. All right, side step, shoulder roll. We're going to put the weights down for a little bit. Get some water. Come back. Stand. Basically, move your body around. Anything that got a little tight, just move it around. If it didn't get tight, you still move it around. You want to keep your feet still and stretch that way you can. Good. Good. 4 more. All right, that's good. All right. This. Good. Push. Push. Abs tight. Good. All right, feet apart. Turn. Turn the hips. Take the leg back. Turn your butt this way, then that way. You have to really turn. Good. Good. Turn your butt each way. If you have to go slower, that's fine. You take it back slow. That's fine. Thank you. Skip it up. Skip it out. Remember skipping? Skip. Oh, some of you definitely remember skipping. I'll do it again. 4 more. All right, hands up. Can you get the leg way up there? Can you get your leg higher? Watch how I do it. I use my torso. Opposite. Yes. Yes. Now you guys are getting it. Even if you have to do it slow. Even if you have to do it slow. Think of the Peanuts kids. The Peanuts kids. Yes. If you're not doing the move anymore, you have to dance. Still have to dance. Good, you guys. All right. Side step. Now this is a big set of arms. If you're a little tired, you just make the arms smaller. Smaller. Be a little wide. Look how wide. Dance your hips. Or double dance. Woo! It's called a shimmy. Arms. Take it low. Take it low. Shimmy. Down and up. Woo! Some of you know how to shimmy. Woo! If you don't want to take it down, you can still shimmy up here. But I want to see you go low. I don't have anything to shimmy up top. 3 more. Yeah. Yeah, that's another way of doing it. That's another way of shimmying. Whoa. Jumping jack. That just pushes the heart rate. Somebody has to stretch your arm. Breathe. Bring the arms down as well. I'm going to take this way back, bend the knee, and bounce. Sasha, that's too close. Farther back. Then you can go faster if it's okay. But I'm looking for the length. How far back can you go? Yes, if you take it back and bounce your hip once, I'm giving you points. Nice! Nice, you guys, 3 more. I'm just having fun watching you because you guys are doing good. All right, dance it out. Dance it out. Swing around. Use those long arms. I'm really tired of this. Good. All right. Feet a little wide. See how I'm keeping this knee bent? I can take my arms up and down if my shoulders are getting tired. 8 more. Dance it up. Now. If that's too much for you, just at least stretch your back. If you can't go down and up, at least stretch your back. More. Good. All right, other leg. You can wave at somebody. Wave at somebody. Good. Finish. One more. All right, feet plie. Hands on the shoulders. Try to get your thighs outside your hips. You can move your torso a little bit, that helps. Also bounce your hips. Nice. If you need to go slow, you can. That's fine. Feet wider, Warren, feet wider. All right, dance it out. By the way, guys, you can turn around. You can turn around. You can dance around your room. All right, guys, get your light weights. Light weights. Get some water. Water. If you don't want to use light weights or weights, you don't have to. You can do these moves without weights. Get some water. In fact, your teacher is going to do that. Good demonstration model. All right. Tap wide. Weights in front. Move your torso. Good. Bounce your hips. See, I see this, and what I want is more movement in the hips. Right. Now feet a little wide. Dance your hips. Dance your hips. You're not still in your leg. Right. Abs tight. Not too high with the arm. By the way, you want this part of the arm lifted, not the hand. Right. Right. Nice. All right. down, kick. Kick. Doesn't have to be that high. Just hold the weight. Bounce, kick, bounce, kick. Bounce and kick. Beautiful, you guys. 8 more. Bounce and kick. Just hold the weights. If you're not using them, just fine. Good. Weight to the shoulder. Plie position. Make it slide, low, and up. It can go slower. Trying to get the hips very low. It can, yeah, good. Try to get the arms all the way up. Wide, wide. Nice. If you have to go slower, that's fine. If you're not using weights, that's fine. I still want to see the long arms. Nice. Nice. When you go down, I want to see your face up, not the back of your head. Yeah, like that. Thank you. 2 more. Good. Feet wide, side, step, shoulders. Roll your spine. Roll your hip. Good. Feet a little bit apart. Waist to side, dance to hip, abs tight. Chest up. Hips back, bend the knees. Get the arms behind you. 8 more. Nice, you guys. If you need to just dance around or do something else, you can. Just don't stop moving, please. Good. Heel tap, arms up. Nice and easy. Just a nice, easy beat. 4 more. 2 more. Good. Weight here, take it back. Get the arms way back. Stretch the chest open. Pull. Pull. Get it low. 8 more. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Take the hands in front. Roll it up. Heel tap. Or if you want, nice and light. Good, you guys. Punch the stomach. You can do a heel tap if that's too much the thigh lift. Good. When you lift up, show off your armpits. Here they are. 2 more. Beautiful. Take it wide. Hands on the thighs. Shoulders. Put the butt back. 4 more. All right. These should be light weights or no weights at all. Palms forward. Nice and easy. Dance your hips. I want to see the hips dancing. Good. 4 more. If you're too tired, put the weights aside. Get some water. Do it without weights. Good. All right. Very nice. Feet a little wide. Dance the hips. Turn the toes out. Left hand here. Right hand on that thigh. Turn the knee. Abs tight. Turn the knee. Turn the knee. Turn the knee. Abs are tight. Good, you guys. Watch what I'm doing with the knee and the chest. Good. All right. And hip. Shoulders. All right, take it here. is out. This is here. Open, turn the knee. Open, turn the knee. You are just resting the foot on the ball of the foot and rotating the side, keeping it abs tight. Good. Nice, you guys. 2 more. 1 more. Super nice. Up and back. Hip back. Nice and light. Stretch it out. Good, you guys. Keep it going. Keep the hips back. Good. Bounce the hips. Do you hear the rhythm? Bounce, bounce, bounce. 4 more. 3 more. Good. Shoulder roll. 4 more. Put the weights aside. Get some water. All right. We're taking the next section to the floor. We're going to set up a mat and get your weights. You can use heavy weights on the floor if you wish, or light. I'm taking off my spotlight so you can see you. I want you to get your camera on your mat or on the floor, or if you're going to use a bed, you can do that. Bring your weights. You might need a towel. Got a little sweaty. Once you've got there, water, weights. First thing we're doing, hands and knees, spine up and down. So this is where you get to the floor. Put your camera on your floor so I can see you hopefully, and take your back up and down. And breathe. I'm going to give you about 20 more seconds of just getting there, getting the weights, getting the water, and stretching your back. In rhythm is probably a good idea. Thank you for putting your cameras on you. That makes me feel much better. Yes, I will put my spotlight back on so you can see me down here. All right, 5 seconds of just stretching your back. Now, if you can, take it up to a high plank and pull the knees back and forth, if you can. If you can't, try going on your forearms and pulling the thighs back and forth. Or if you can't do any of those things, just stretch. If you can do a high plank and pull your knees back and forth, that's good. Or forearms. Or just stretch. If you get exhausted in any of those moves, go ahead and just stretch. And please breathe. All right, everybody take it down onto the hands and knees now and stretch your back up and down. That was very good. All right, the next thing I'm going to show you is a knee high plank, low plank, also known as a push-up. Now, the thing is, if you're not really practiced at this, what you want to try and do is get a good stretch here with the abs tight and try to bring your cleavage in between your hands and then come away. And I'm going to recommend that every time you take a hip stretch back. Now, if you happen to be good at a full plank push-up or high plank, low plank, if you happen to be good at that and you can take that down, I still want you to put your knees down in between and take a stretch back before you come to the next one. You can't do any of those. You can't do any of those. You can go ahead and get on your back and start stretching your back on the floor. You can go ahead and get on your back and start stretching your back on the floor.
Can you do it on your forearms,
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes, forearms. Yes, you can do forearms.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do forearms for sure, for sure. Just a plank. You wouldn't be able to really do high plank, low plank on a forearms, but you could certainly do forearms. All right, everybody, that was very, very good. Whatever one you were doing, we are now going to turn over and sit. And here's what we're doing first. Now, if you're okay with this next move, I'll show you what I want, which is that you just put your hands on the back of the thighs and you roll back and you roll up. If that's not okay for you, because for some people it isn't, try putting your feet on the ground, rolling down and rolling up. If that's not okay, put your feet on the ground and roll down, and then completely turn to the side and use your hands and come up safely and roll down again. If you can't roll any bit at all for whatever reason, then just get on the floor right now and just stretch your back. And that's fine too. All of those are fine. So if you're doing these rolls, try to bring your feet over and try to bring your spine in. If you're doing these rolls here with the feet on the ground, try to go gently and a little slowly and breathe. Breathing goes for everybody. In case anybody's not clear about that, breathing is required. All right, now all of you, whichever one you're doing and wherever you're at, all the way onto the ground, and just let your back rest for a moment with the knees bent, feet on the ground. Let your head be on the ground. And if you've got your weights, we're going to take the weights in the hands. At any point, you can get water, you can stretch, all of these things you don't have to wait for me to tell you to do. All right, so I've got my heavier weights. These are 5 pounds, not super heavy for me, but it's heavy enough. And I'm just going to start with the weights up over my armpits. They're not together here. They're actually a little bit apart because my armpits aren't together, in case you haven't noticed that. Okay, I'm going to slide my feet a little bit away. I'm going to really grip my low abdominal wall. I'm going to lower the weights to the armpits and up. I'm just going to do about 5 or 6 of these without anything else. All I'm doing is letting my back relax on the ground, which is super, super nice, and letting my head rest on the ground. And I'm lowering the weights right to the front of the armpits and then lifting them up pretty much directly over the armpits. I'm going to do 2 more of these and 1 more of these. Now, I'm going to have you all just lift your weights up for a moment. You know, if you're not using weights, that's okay. You can just pretend to use weights. That's fine. And bring your legs up in the air if you can. Now, if you can't, you go ahead and just leave them on the ground. But if you can, you bring them up in the air. Good. And you let the legs work back and forth with a little bit of flex in the feet, slightly out. I don't actually want you to necessarily take the legs low over the floor. I want you to get like an upside down incline stairmaster here. That'd be weird, right? And then you take the weights down and up while clenching the stomach. So you still have the weights here. Weights down and up from the armpits. I want you to think of pushing and pulling the thighs like you would on a Stairmaster, a little more than making a circular action. So that, yeah, that's right. So you don't drop the feet too close down by the butt. When the foot drops down by the butt, that puts a pressure on the lower back that I'd rather you not have. Plus, you get more stomach this way. Me, I'm all about more stomach. And 10, 9, keep breathing, 8, 7, 6, 5. At any point, if you get a little overworked on anything, for example, the legs, you can just put the feet down. All right, weights up, feet down, palm facing palm. So this is the position for the flies. Now, I want to make sure my shoulders are resting on the ground. So I'm not pushing my shoulders off the ground. I'm letting them rest. Palm facing palm, elbows a little bit bent. I'm going to squeeze my abs because that's a good idea. I'm going to take the arms out wide and then back together. Okay, so I'm taking them out wide, low to the floor. Now, I have a couple of different things you can do. The abs have to just be working. A couple of things you can be doing with the legs. If you are have problems with the hips or lower back, you could just let the thighs kind of roll open to the side with the feet resting on the ground and just let the thighs stretch open. This is a very gentle way of working the hip flexors and the thighs. If you're stronger than that, or if you've got a better balance in your lower back, you can take your legs up and they can go very wide and very together. Now, the thing about this leg position up is that you don't want the feet out past the butt. So you want to try and get the feet over the belly. If you can't keep your feet over the belly, they should really literally go back on the floor. All right, so you're just stretching If you need to be doing things in a chair, you could be doing some of these arm movements just sitting up. You can catch it, you were doing that. And 4 more, it would take it out and back together in front of the chest. And 3 more, those are pretty good, nice and slow. And 2 more. And 1 more. Now this movement here is going to be for a tricep. You can do 1 weight or 2 weights, 1 in each hand. I'll show you if you're in the chair, but after I get to this one done. So for the tricep here, we're just going to lower to about the top of the head and lift up. Now that if that's too heavy for your shoulders, then you can do just 1 weight. And then let's just add the action of a pelvic tilt or a bridge. And that can be an up or down pelvic tilt or bridge, or you can just do a stationary pelvic tilt. Now, if you're in a chair, you could be sitting up and you could just hold your arms up and just drop them back behind. This doesn't even have to have a weight. This can be without the weights, but I would do it first with them up, so they're directly along the ears, up, and then bend and lift up. Otherwise, you're not getting the back of the tricep. And if you can't do 2 at once, you can always do 1. You can always do 1, because you want to get the back of the arm, not the front of the shoulder. Do what you can. And as always with my exercises, people, if you're finding that you're getting overworked or your joints are getting overstretched or stressed out, you can always take a stretch. And I do recommend that. Not that this one on the floor is going to stress anybody out too much. It very likely won't stress out your triceps too much unless you're working super, super, super heavy. But I don't observe anybody doing that. All right, let's take about 3 more of these. 2 more of these. 1 more of these. Excellent. Now, we're just going to put the weights aside, whatever weights you're doing. I want you to take your hands out and the legs out long and stretch long. Now, if you're sitting in the chair, you can be doing the stretch from the upper body up overhead. All right, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to put the knees bent, feet on the ground. Hands going to come to the back of the head. We're going to leave the 1 foot on the ground, take the other leg up and crunch up and across, and then crunch up and across. Now, I usually lift my leg a little bit first. When I crunch up, I don't turn my head, really. I turn my rib cage and my shoulder. So as the leg comes up, you're crunching the low abs. And if you're in a chair, you can pull one thigh up, turn into it, pull the other thigh up, turn into it. Yeah, so that you're still working these muscles, right? Now, if you've got your feet on the ground and you're twisting into it, the foot that's on the ground should be a little bit farther away. Yeah, that's nice. I like the chairs work. That's good. Very nice, everybody. 4 more each side. Nice and slow and deliberate. 3 more each side. Good. 2 more each side. 1 more each side. And good. All right, big stretch. Arms up, legs down. And again, if you're sitting in the chair, it's harder to stretch the legs. You can do it 1 at a time if you have your hips towards the front of the chair and then really arch up. All right, everybody, we're going to ask you to come to a sitting position if you're on the floor. Sitting position if you're on the floor, which for some of you is going to mean you're back in the camera. And just take, if you can, a cross-legged position on the floor. What you're trying to do is get very upright. In the chair, you don't have to do the cross-legged position. All right, so take your fingers out to the side like this. Open your chest. You can do this looking sideways. And lean and stretch. And lean and stretch. Now, if you're on a chair, you can actually reach your hand down the side of the chair and literally tip sideways. If you're on the floor, you put your hand here, bend the elbow. Now, one of the things I'm doing as I take my arm over is I'm actually pushing the other hip towards the floor. So I'm getting a big, big stretch on that hip, which does feel really, really good. This is one of those stretches I could really do a long time, and I'd be pretty happy. All right, so I'm just going to put the other foot in front. Now, this can be in a chair too. If you're in a chair, you're going to want to take your thighs and knees feet a little apart. Take your elbows in between your legs. Now, that might mean that your back gets tight. Squeeze your abs, chin to the chest. If you can put your hands on the floor in between your legs, great. And just let the whole spine hang down. You want to have your chin right on your chest. I have my elbows inside, like inside close to my thighs. So I'm not really pulling with my shoulders. Right. Yeah, you can also have the hands on the back of the thighs. Just don't pull with the hands. Relax the hands so that the spine is very, very relaxed under the gravity. Now just stay in this position. I'm not doing anything interesting. You don't have to look up. Chin to the chest. Just take a couple of breaths. And every time you exhale, see if you can relax the back of your neck and your shoulders a little bit more. And yes, you should be squeezing your stomach. All right, we're going to roll up slowly, sit up as tall as you can. That's in the chair too. And then we're going to one more time, if you're on the floor, roll back down. If you're in the chair, I'll show you what you're going to do in a second. If you're on the floor, knees bent, feet apart, and you roll both thighs all the way one way and both thighs all the way the other. Just have your arms out on the floor, head on the ground. This is just the nicest stretch. If you're sitting in a chair, you want to actually put your hands back a little bit, slide your hips forward, and basically do the same thing. It's really rolling the thighs one way, but you just have to get a little more support in the chair from the hands behind you so that you have more opportunity to roll the hips. Good. That's it, you guys. That looks very good. Yeah. Some of you could take your feet a little wider apart on the floor, and you're going to get a bigger stretch on the lower back. It just feels super awesome. Yeah, your feet can go sideways. Your feet can go sideways. And 4 more. And 3 more. And 2 more. And 1 more. All right. So if you're sitting in the chair, you're going to take 1 foot to the front of the knee like this. And then you're going to stretch around sideways and sideways like this. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to try and put your foot there. If you're on the floor, you're going to put 1 foot to the front of the knee. And then we're going to try to take it across and across. Now, these are actually little oblique rolls, but I'm letting myself go both ways. Both ways. So I'm crunching and rolling a little bit up off the ground towards the thigh. But then weirdly, but I want you to try it, crunch and roll on the same side too, because we're just trying to get this hip to open up a little bit while working a little bit of abs. So on the chair, you wouldn't be, you could turn it a little bit down, but I'd be more interested in you being upright, turning more side to side. Everybody, whichever one you're doing, just unhook that leg. If you're in the chair, sit up a little bit taller. If you're in the chair, by the way, you might want to be a little bit towards the front of the chair so you have a little bit more room in the hips for this position. All right, so that other foot's on the ground. Okay, if you're on the floor, we're crunching and twisting, putting it back, crunching and twisting the other way. So part of this here is just that this foot and leg that's here, you're trying to get that hip a little bit comfortable while you activate the muscles of the core and a little bit of rotation. Just going to show you again up in a chair. I don't want to leave people out, right? So again, you would just be twisting and twisting. You don't have to, you can do the crunching, but it's not as effective in the chair as the twisting and twisting. 4 more. Nice, you guys. Just practicing really rotating the spinal cord. So good. 3 more. Yep. 2 more. Good. All right, so the last one, everybody can just knees bent, feet on the ground if you're on the ground. Chair people, I'm going to show you first since I'm already up. What you're going to do is put your fingers way here and really tip on the side of the chair and tip on the side of the chair. And what you're trying to do is crunch here in the side and in the side. We're on the floor, knees bent, feet on the ground, crunch, and you're making a half circle of your rib cage, pulling your elbow towards your hip bone. So it's not necessarily very high off the ground, but you are really moving your rib cage and you're making a half circle. It does help to put your feet and knees a little bit wide so that the lower back is super open. The higher you lift the head, the more painful the neck. You don't actually need the head that high off the ground. Because it does, if I say, I always telling people, if it made your neck look better, I'd let you do it, but that doesn't work that way. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, All right, everybody, no matter where you are, if you're sitting in the chair, go ahead and put yourself farther back on the chair with more of the chair underneath you. If you're lying on the ground, you bring your hands out to the side of your hips, a little bit away from your hips, palms down. If you're in the chair, you can either have your hands on your thighs or to the side hanging down. If you're on the floor, you can stretch your legs all the way out on the floor if that feels good. And in whatever position you're in at this point, close your eyes. So I do ask you to close your eyes for this section, because this is a section where I want you not looking, not seeing, but listening and following instructions that are made verbally and seeing if your body can respond to just the verbal instructions. And with your eyes closed, it is actually easier to pay attention to the sensations of your body. For the next few moments, just allow yourself to breathe easily. This is without much effort. And as you exhale, see if you can increase the level of relaxation and calm in your body. Now, just imagining that the breath, which is actually accurate, is sending oxygen out to your entire cell structure. So as you inhale, you are breathing in a gentle energy that flows out to all the cells of your body. And as you exhale, don't push either one of these things, the carbon dioxide leaves the body, the depleted air, and in our minds and in our bodies, we are allowing the sensation to remove toxins and stress on the exhale. With the eyes closed and the gentle breathing, release the muscles of the face, jaw, forehead, eyebrows, tongue. See if by giving yourself those instructions, if there's a little more relaxation you can achieve in the face. Take a moment as you breathe in that oxygen going out to the cells and exhale it away to allow your palms of your hands and your soles of your feet to completely relax. Allow the spinal cord to rest. Allow the air as it comes in. It's as if between each of the vertebrae, the little air pocket is filling with air. And as you exhale, that space is remaining. Inhale, filling yourself with a sense of calm. Exhale, sending away exhaustion and anxiety, not very useful in the body. Inhale, filling yourself with a gentle sense of well-being, and as you exhale, release any part of the body that's uncomfortable or tired and rest. And as you rest, in the next few moments, all you need to do is rest. And picture yourself in your mind's eye while you rest as healthy, strong, balanced, flexible, capable, perfect. And then if you want to take a nap and you're on your own floor, you're certainly welcome to. Otherwise, you can start to stretch yourself awake, maybe wiggle your fingers, maybe warm up your shoulders, maybe move your neck around a little bit. Remember not to jump right up. You want to carry with you this sense of ease and release that you have worked hard to achieve between everything we've done today. You want to try and stay open in your body, stay aware of your movement. Do hydrate. Might be a little high. I might not have had enough water during the class. That's possible. Anyways, you can always have more. Have a terrific rest of your day, everybody. And we'll see you back here on Monday. Mwah. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. I love how the hands come up from the floor. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.